This is Johnny with Back of the Cereal Box, a pop culture podcast that celebrates the fun of the Saturday experience of our youth. But we can't think of a better way to start your week than checking out Chris and Amanda's Song Swap Showdown. It is the best way to start your week. We absolutely love it and never miss it. Thanks, Chris and Amanda, for all you do. And until the next time, love you, mean it. We'll catch you on the Back of the Cereal Box. I'm Johnny. I'm done. Ta-da!
Chris and Amanda always online. Grab your headphones, let's review time. Music's the love and it's divine. Laughs and insights mixed like wine. Every strong and every beat. They analyze, they can't be beat. Feeling it on the socials neat. Join the fun and take your seat. If music's your thing, come along. Hear Amanda sing her song. Chris brings the notes all day long. Together they make us strong.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Chris and Amanda's Song Swap Showdown on this beautiful Monday morning. If you're watching the video version, you see our little graveyard set up behind us.
I just realized I put the ha girl.
The hug girl.
The hug girl.
The hug
For
girl.
my name. I was
Look
trying to
at
be
that.
clever again, and so I'm just the hug girl today.
You want me to fix that? I can fix that.
Sure, but no need necessarily.
Fixed.
Well,
Well,
that
welcome
was easy.
everybody. Good morning and welcome to a fun-filled episode of Song Swap Showdown. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us, whether you're watching us on YouTube right now, Facebook, or listening to us on Radio Garden State. We welcome you to today's show. If this is your first time tuning in, well, how our little program typically works is Amanda and I each swap 3 songs with each other that we may or may not have heard before. Then we rate those on a scale of 1 to 5 records, with 1 being a skip.
Get out of here.
I'll skip it. All the way up to 5 records, which we deem to be heavenly music to our ears, going on our eternity playlists
That's right.
for eternity. That's why it's
That's
called an
right.
eternity playlist. That's a song that you never get sick of. That's a 5 record. And as we did this a couple weeks ago, we went through because we asked ChatGPT, well, how would you explain our rating system? Because, I thought it was good. I thought it was good to have ChatGPT kind of explain it to us. And for the most part, it was pretty good. But it explained those nebulous 2 through 4 ratings. And I felt like it was pretty spot on.
And it's up to the ears of the beholder, right? So that 2 to 4 range can mean a 2 could be okay to some people.
Right. A 2 could be okay. It just kind of means I didn't care for it. I didn't feel either way about it. 3 was it was good, but it was good. It was good. It was mid. It was good. 4 means, it was above average. And
It was
5,
onto something.
of course, it's eternity playlist material. So, I mean, it's a pretty easy scale when now that you explain it like that.
This show is just nonsense. This show is just silliness.
I mean,
So,
it completely is.
really, the scale itself is irrelevant, but yet it somehow triggers people. And so that's kind of a fun
Very
element
triggered.
that I think when we started this show several years ago, we didn't really realize how heated some people would get about certain songs. And I get it.
Yeah.
When I love a song, I love a song. I don't know that I would ever be that person to get on and be like, da-da-da-da-da, you are an idiot for saying this is a 3.
Yeah. I mean, people get very upset, especially, and I'm going to tell you right now, it tends to be a lot of guitar-based. As a guitar-based music guy, big fan, it's a lot of the guitar-based music fans that tend to get very upset over our opinions, mostly yours. Let's just be real. Mostly yours.
Yeah.
Because I've not dug some country stuff, and they don't come at me. You know, we had our whole Beyonce incident, which I don't know, for the record, we still really like the song, but because we didn't give it like whatever, it was, you know, we were horrible people. But the metal, the hard rock and metal community, the classic rock, they don't seem to like you very much. I don't know what it is. I mean, is it they just don't like your opinion on their music?
Incidentally, that's why I'm called that girl, because that girl doesn't know what she's talking about. That girl,
That
this,
girl.
that girl, that.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm that girl. And you know, the thing is, I think I've really grown in that musical genre, and I think I've found my place in that genre.
I think you have. I think you've done very, very well over the 4 years.
And I'm proud of that.
You should be proud of it. You should be proud of it. So, despite people asking for receipts, calling you poser, and you weathered the storm over these 4 years, you have definitely grown. You have learned to like some stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it won't stop. So, you know, that's the fun of the show, I guess. I guess that's what comes along with doing a show when you talk about and rate music on the internet.
That's right. When you're as big as we are, wink, wink.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
It's bound to come with some haters.
It 100% is. It 100% is. So, listen, guys, we've been doing, if this is the first time you've ever checked out the show, well, what we've been doing this whole month of October is we've been doing, it's been spooky season here on Song Swap Showdown, which means every Monday we've been picking a different theme in the world, the spooky world, Halloween land.
Yeah.
We're Nightmare Before Christmas, you know, the Halloween Town. We've been picking a theme in Halloween Town to focus on different aspects of like Halloween horror, creepy inspired tunes. And so far we've done zombies, we've done witches. Last week was more of a, if you guys were on, it was more of like a DJ set. I don't know. I was spinning tunes. We had a show called Pumpkin Jam, so it was more like tunes that you would put on like to get in the spirit of Halloween, or if you're carving a pumpkin, you know, just I wouldn't say family friendly, but just more spirit of Halloween. So we played all those songs. We didn't necessarily rate them. Well, I think I rated yours. I can't even remember what I rated, but I think I rated yours while we were on. Anyway, go back to last week's show. But this week we are doing cemetery serenades. Amanda, what's a cemetery serenade?
Great question. ChatGPT claims that it's that ghoul, ghastly, ghostly presence type stuff. Now, as I often do, I went very literal.
Yeah.
All of my songs are named Graveyard, because if we're doing cemetery serenades, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be graveyard, graveyard, graveyard.
Right. Graveyard, graveyard, graveyard.
Chris dove into it a little differently.
I did.
And you kind of did the essence of life, death, love songs, love and death. And I like how you blended that and kind of took the liberty to tie in some unusual choices for, I feel like, a Halloween playlist.
I wanted to challenge you a little bit on some of the stuff, and challenge myself as well, by the way. It was a learning experience for both of us. But I do want to just make a very serious disclaimer about today's show, because I would say that before we go into some of these songs, we're going to be talking about the themes and some of the stories behind some of these songs. And I do just want to say that I do want to give a trigger warning, honestly. So in all seriousness, I do want to give a trigger warning today. Obviously, this show is always about celebrating music, talking about the stories behind the music, the history. And today, we're dealing with themes that may be triggering to some people. So all I would say is, listen, if that's something that that kind of talk is not your thing, then maybe you may not want to listen today. But if it is, hey, great, we welcome you. But just know that, listen, you guys can call for help any single time you want. Honestly, 988, it's available any single time to call for help. Someone will be there to talk to you. So I just wanted to say that at the start of today's show, that just in case it's something maybe you're not wanting to, or you might feel uncomfortable at points, it's okay. But did want to give the little disclaimer here. And, you know, believe me, if you need some help, call right now. Do not delay. Call or text 988 because help is 100% available. So that was my little seriousness of
PSA, which, you know what? When the show is called Cemetery Serenades, I mean, we're diving into, you know, stuff about life and death. So I think that is very fair of you, very proactive of you. So yes, 988, get any help that you need. They're there for a reason.
They 100% are. Now, if you guys want to play along at home, the game of Song Swap Showdown, It's all about this. How would you rate these songs as we go through them on a scale of 1 to 5 records? Of course, Amanda and I will rate them, and we'll share our ratings, and then we usually tally them up at the end. But if you are watching live, let us know how you would rate these songs on a scale of 1 to 5 records. And if you're not, it's okay. You can always leave comments here on YouTube or, on Spotify. If you're listening to the show on Spotify, there's a whole comment section. You could let us know there as well. But, feel free to drop comments in on YouTube and Facebook and all those places. And of course, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button and smash the little bell so that way you get notified when we drop new episodes, which is weekly of this show, as well as little highlight clips as well. So please do that. And of course, our great friend, Dave Mattingly.
Yes, Dave.
Good morning, Dirge Dealers. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Dave. Dave Mattingly, of course, the VP of the VIPs. And if you want to be as cool as Dave, well, let me tell you, we do have a awesome Patreon account, which we are pretty active in. And if you guys want more of this awesomeness that we call Song Swap Showdown, well, great way to support our show and what we're doing here is to head over to our Patreon site over at patreon.com/Song Swap Showdown. You can use the link in our show notes to get access to it. Or once again, just go to patreon.com/Song Swap Showdown. You could literally join for free. Give it a try, and then if you like what you see, feel free from picking from any of our membership levels starting at $1.50. That's right. That's our Costco hot dog and soda special. And believe me, you get a lot. We give a lot in our Patreon, right? I mean, I think we're pretty good.
Let's be honest. Chris does. So if you really like Chris, Chris is like the main squeeze in our Patreon.
If you want more nonsense, then yeah. But I do put up some audio programs in there. We do put additional videos in there as well. Like right now, one of the things I did was from our witch show, our song about witches. We had so many awesome community suggestions.
Yes, yeah.
From songs, because that's what everybody does. Dave does, many of our other community members, Ian from Australia, Tony, Forkboy, like they will give us suggestions on songs, Jason DeFro, like lots of great community members will do that. And so what I did is I actually made a radio show for Patreon members only of all their songs together. A good portion of their songs. Yeah. And then I also created a Spotify playlist of those songs. So that Spotify playlist is out. That's public. Anybody can get that. But if you want the radio version, so you can hear me through your
DJ Chris version.
DJ Chris, then you want to join the Patreon account for a very, very special and one of a kind unique experience. Yeah. Yeah. Fans are dying to hear your songs today. I love it. I absolutely love it. And of course, Dave's put his song suggestions in for us today as well. So, all right, guys. So let's get this party started. And one more quick thing is if you are listening to Radio Garden State, and usually if we wrap the show up a little early, stay tuned to Radio Garden State because we will play music. I will literally come on and I'll play the songs in their entirety that we're talking about today as well as other songs. So do not turn that dial once our show is over, unless it's after 10:15, and then But stay tuned to Radio Garden State because there's lots of great shows.
There's other scheduled programming.
Yeah, just don't turn it off. Don't turn it off. How's that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, let's get into today's episode. Amanda, we got 6 songs for our spooky playlist today. What are we doing?
I'm going to go first with your first song to me, if that's okay.
Go first.
It is Cemetery Drive by My Chemical Romance. So
Jersey Boys. Let's go.
I think you've sent me songs by them before.
I have 100% sent you My Chemical Romance songs.
And before. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I'm positive you did. Even if it was just like in our like normal chats to each other throughout the week. But have you, so you've always known this particular song, Cemetery Drive? Mm-hmm. So was this like as soon as we declared that Cemetery Serenades were this week, was this like instantly on your list?
It was one of the ones that was in as I was moving songs around in and out. It was on and it was off, and then I put it back on because you know what? It's actually it's a really cool song. I like the way it just is. It plays as a great song. I play this a lot on my show too because obviously being on Radio Garden State, we play a lot of New Jersey based bands. Of course, My Chemical Romance is going to get played. And what I like about it too is that as far as that record goes, which was their breakout record, I guess it's more of an album cut in a way. Like it wasn't like one of the three or four big singles that they released from that record, because everything they released from that record was like just exploded. That song I don't think was ever released as an actual single.
Well, it's a heavier song.
It's definitely a heavier song, but it's a good song. It's a good song.
I will say, like, I enjoy the chorus very much. I don't dislike any of the song, if I'm being completely honest. But the chorus, there's something a little bit catchy to the chorus that I really like. And listen, the song is essentially, correct me if I'm wrong, but a tale of a woman who has been cheating on her husband. And instead of admitting it, she takes her own life.
That is correct.
Now, there are some Reddit forums about this.
There are.
And I went down that Reddit rabbit hole.
You went down a Reddit rabbit hole, didn't you?
I did. And there were people claiming to be the person, one of the people that she was cheating on, and they were like, "I beg your pardon, I know this firsthand." And there was a lot of bickering about the timeline of said adultery, and
yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, listen, the Reddit rabbit hole, right? I mean, you can get sucked in before you know it. It's like 3 hours has gone by and you're like, wait, what? How am I
over
missing?
Cemetery Drive?
Yeah. How am I missing time in my life that I will never get back? Yeah, it's pretty funny.
It is. So there's a lot of heated takes on this. So if you have a heated take, put it in the comments. We'd love to hear what your stance is on this. But it's not a terrible song, and I feel like it definitely checked the marks for this week's Cemetery Serenades. So with that, if you want to play a little bit of it, let's give our listeners what they're here for. A little taste of some Cemetery Drive by Chemical Romance, which I just love that name, by the way.
Yeah. Great name, right? Great name for a band.
Isn't romance based upon chemicals like pheromones? And couldn't that just be argued? That's like how that's just love?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also could be, chemical in another way as well. But it kind of checks the boxes in a lot of ways. And I know that I'm pretty sure they got their name from a book. If I can remember correctly. I had to look
called My Chemical Romance.
Let's see. Irving Welsh. That's it. So Irvine Welsh, who wrote Train Spotting, famously wrote Train Spotting. They got their name from the title of that book, which was called Ecstasy: 3 Tales of Chemical Romance.
Okay. Which we hear a lot when we're deep diving into our bands, our songs, where names of bands came from or where the names of the songs came from. It's always so interesting. And is this the one that I wish I would have wrote it down, that he wrote the song within 15 minutes, but to put it to music took years? That might have been your next song to me, if I'm
Might have
been. But I thought that's
if that was if that was a fact about the song, then I did not find that fact.
It must be a different one then.
All right. So let's listen to some Cemetery Drive by My Chemical Romance.
Let's do it.
Whoop, there we go.
Ba-boom, ba-boom.
Ba-boom, ba-boom.
In a solitary stone, crash the cemetery gates. In the dress your husband hates. Way down, mark the grave, where the searchlights find us drinking by the mausoleum door. And they found you on the bathroom floor. I miss you so far. And the collision of your kiss that made it so hard. Off the run, singing songs that make
I love the vibe of the song though. The groove is great.
I feel like the start doesn't do the rest of the song justice.
Yeah.
It's a little slow and then it gets into it.
Yeah, it kind of keeps building. It's got like a momentum to it,
I'll keep on crying. Did you get what you deserve? Is this what you always want me for? I miss you.
I really like it.
It's a great chorus, Storm. I like this breakdown's great too. So all right, so that was a little bit of My Chemical Romance's Cemetery Drive, which was my first song in my playlist, my graveyard playlist. Cemetery Serenade, I should say. Our Cemetery Serenade playlist. That was my first song to you, Amanda. So let's talk about the ratings of this. Yeah. Where are you rating this on a scale of 1 to 5 records? By the way, I do want to just point out to you that for those of you that don't know, because there may be some listeners that don't know some of this connection. So Gerard Way, the two brothers, Gerard and Mikey Way, who are in the band. Gerard Way, the singer of My Chemical Romance. Big, they're all big comic book fans. Barely big comic book fan. Actually was writer with Gabrielle Ba of Umbrella Academy comic series, which was turned into a Netflix series, which just recently ended a couple months ago. But yeah, that is his creation, Umbrella Academy. So if any Umbrella Academy fans out there, if you didn't know that, comes from the mind of Mr. Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance.
That doesn't surprise me. And then that makes sense with the cover of the album.
Yeah.
It has that very comic
booky, yeah. Very look. Indie comic book look.
Yeah, which I do enjoy. I do like the look of it. So where do I rate this?
Where do you rate it on a scale of 1 to 5 records?
Does it fit Cemetery Serenades, this week's theme? 100%. I feel like I like 50% of the song, if that makes sense.
That makes some sense.
It's Amanda math, everyone.
Amanda math. Here we go.
And follow. So I like 50% of the song, but I don't think that means it's a 2.5, like 50% of the rating song, because we get the bonus that it is Cemetery Serenade appropriate. So for that reason, I'm going to give it like a 3.2. So I don't love it. I wouldn't skip it. I think even outside of Halloween time.
Right.
But I wouldn't put it on to play. But it's for what it is, I think it deserves 3.2. Is that fair?
That's very fair. Okay. So a 3.2 records is what you would be giving Cemetery Drive. Okay, yes. I think a 3.2 is very fair coming from you.
Ooh, and Dave is coming in very, very close, ahead of me, just a couple. 3.3 for Cemetery Drive. Dave, we're on the same path there.
There you go. And Dave was saying, I haven't seen the final season of the Umbrella Academy. I got rid of Netflix about a year ago. I will say, Dave, it was very disappointing. It was extremely disappointing to me. I mean, I don't think I'm in the minority on that. I think that overall, most fans of the show felt it was a very disappointing season. There were some cool elements, but it was overall not at the same caliber of the other two seasons. And I actually really liked season 2 the best, to be honest with you. I really enjoyed season 2 of that show. But, I mean, season 1 was very good, too. So, but anyway, yeah, unfortunately, I don't, we'll do the...
No kidding.
Yeah.
I'm nervous that that's what Stranger Things will end up being.
There's just so much hype. Although last season of Stranger Things was very good.
It was pretty decent. It was darker, much darker, but I just feel like they're going to be grandparents before we get the next season.
Way too long. It's taken way too long to get. I mean, these kids they're not kids anymore.
No,
they're grown.
They literally started as kids.
Yes,
babies.
And now they're like all married with their own kids. Well, I don't know. That's not true.
Not necessarily, but very close.
They're getting there. They're getting there. Yeah,
for sure.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. So, all right. So I like your 3.2. I'll take it. It's acceptable. Once again, what do you guys think of that? Dave weighed in at a 3.3. Let us know if you're listening to this in the future. Feel free to drop your comments on Facebook or YouTube, or also, once again, if you're on Spotify, they do have that little comments thing, so you could actually throw it in there. So that way, we hear from you.
That's right. We love to hear from you. If you haven't noticed,
we do. We absolutely do. All right. So let me get into your first song to me. Mm-hmm. Now, I feel like that there is some setup from you for this song. I don't know, because you sent me the thing on Instagram, and there was a whole bit about, this is kind of how I don't know. So I want to let you explain. So first of all, the song that Amanda's sharing with me this week for her first song is Graveyard by The Devil Makes 3. The Devil Makes 3. And The Devil Makes 3, just to fill in some of the gaps here before Amanda, I don't want to keep cutting Amanda off, but
you're fine.
I did want to give
Talk away.
background about Devil Makes 3.
Yeah.
Here we go. Devil Makes 3. Here we go. They're an Americana band from Santa Cruz, Florida, and the group typically blends bluegrass, old-time, country, folk, blues, jazz, and ragtime music. Group's members are Pete Berhard, Lucia Torino, and Cooper McBean. They've released 6 full-length albums and independent released a self-titled record in 2002. So they have been around for a bit.
Yeah.
They've been around for a bit.
So I'll be full disclosure. I feel like for our specialty shows, such as our Halloweens or our Christmas, we've done so many regular episodes that we've hit on the obvious songs.
Yeah.
So some people would maybe say, like, why wouldn't you put this song on this week? Well, because most likely we've already covered it. Yeah. And part of the show is it's really fun to deep dive down the rabbit hole of new songs. And I typically love that indie type American folky type stuff. And I just think these type of themes really can showcase these type of songs. So I didn't know any of these songs before last week.
You did not?
Did not know any of them.
Okay, so I wasn't sure about that because... You know, I mean, I know you get into you get up into it. You know,
I do.
And I thought maybe you'd had
no. And so as I was researching my own songs, I came across the articles. Oftentimes, with them being smaller artists and a little more unknown, there isn't a lot of great history on these songs. That some of the more popular songs are like on songfacts.com that make it a lot easier for us to, have some facts about. So I did find this article, and I thought I really liked the perspective of a consumer, like breaking down how they absorbed this song as a consumer and listener, and I just thought that was really good. So that's why I sent that to you this week, and I'm sure that'll be included in the show notes for everybody else to look at. But it's basically, I mean, this is a song kind of like he's dancing with the demons of himself, and it's the graveyard metaphorically can be a lot of different things, and it's just it's kind of a tale when you listen to it. It's presented in a story tale kind of way.
Definitely has that kind of feel, and very much in the tradition of like Americana, folk, right? And I felt that they definitely got some cinematic vibes from this. Like this could easily have been in a show, in a film, especially to like, I was actually watching this really great YouTube video. Because that's what I do at my time. I watch tons of YouTube videos made by other creators.
Same.
And somebody had put together a really cool list of top 10 folk horror movies. And I thought that was really cool because, that is a genre of like horror that I actually find to be very disturbing a lot of times. And I'm always intrigued by watching it. And because it's always like the most like nicest, most innocent looking people, and they do the most horrific things. So, there's the folk horror, man. You can't. But this song fits right in with any of those. Yeah. Any of those films, any of those shows, and all that. So, and by the way, I'm watching a really cool show right now on Peacock, Teacup. Not folk horror, but definitely got some horror sci-fi vibes, by the way. No spoilers here, but highly recommend.
And why you brought that up, listen, everyone, we are horror film junkies, scary film junkies. So if you have suggestions for films for us to watch, I know this is a music show, but we're always looking for something new to watch. Put them in the comments.
Could very easily become a film show.
Yes. There's that fine line, but put them in the comments because we're running out of things. It's almost the end of October, and we've consumed a lot of horror already. Keep it coming.
Keep them coming. So, all right, let's listen to this song.
Yeah.
This is, once again, let me get that shared. Here is Graveyard by The Devil Makes 3. By the way, even the record cover is a little creepy.
It really kind of is, but in a cool way.
Yeah. No, it is. No, I like it.
Anytime it's red.
I mean, it's a great name for a band too. Devil Makes 3. They almost sound like they could be a metal band.
I wanna tell you a story. Ain't got no characters in it but me. I wanna sing you a sad song. Most of it I don't expect you to believe. It starts off just a whiskey and wine, or some miles of travel and some real good times, but it ends in a dark corridor where there ain't no windows and there ain't no doors. Well, that's me. Just a drinking off this bottle and a drifting out to sea. Oh, that's me.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Just a sitting here staring and a shaking like a leaf. Oh, that's me. Just a leaning on my shovel in this graveyard of dreams. Oh, that's me.
The harmonies are like just enough.
Yeah.
In this graveyard of dreams.
Yeah, because, well, I'll wait. I want to listen. I want to go a little bit deeper into the song, and then I'll give more opinion on it.
It's got like enough haunting sound, but not anything like crazy.
Yeah, it's not super gothic. Like it's not slow. You know, like it's actually.
Right.
I wanna take you to a shipwreck, 1,000 miles underneath the Black Sea. It looks like everybody's sleeping, but look close, they are dead indeed. I wanna lead you to an armchair, deep back in the files of my mind. I wanna sit you in a candle's light, where I've been spending all of my time. Well, that's me. Just a drinking off this bottle, is it drinking off of me? Now that's me.
All right, so yeah, there's a bunch of qualities about this song I do like. One is that it is more the beat or the rhythm is faster. It's not so slow and dirgy, and I feel like that happens a lot sometimes with some of these more like folk, you know. But I like the pace of the song. It's good. It helps out a lot. The other thing I do like, and you brought it up, was that the harmonizing. Here's the thing. I often find the thing that sucks me out, and I love good harmonies, but sometimes I feel like there's something with like folk and Americana where they get too much with the harmonies, like too much. Like this is why I can't stand like Mumford and Sons and like some of those. Like it just grates on me. Like I hear it and I go, why? I don't know at all. And then it's all dressing like they're, I don't know. There's a whole weird uniform stuff they were doing back then. It's just like, can you guys just play? I mean, I don't know anybody else who dresses up like that. So anyway, I mean, unless you're actually Amish, but like, you know, but I mean, if you're not, I don't understand how that became like a correlation that if you're playing folk music, you need to look like you're, you know, living.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's what Americana looks like.
Yeah, I don't. You have to. Anyway, so but I did like is they don't overdo it, and I feel like a lot of these artists tend to overdo it, and I'm like, oh god, enough. I get it. You guys can sing. You guys are like, know when enough is enough. Like I don't need to. You guys are over harmonizing now. You know, this isn't an acapella thing. Anyway, so but this is why I liked this song. I didn't have these other things that kind of suck me out of these kinds of tunes. It was also a nice length too. The song sits at a 3-minute and 25 second, and I really appreciate that, as you know, because
I do.
One of my biggest
overstay its welcome.
Right, one of my biggest critiques is songs that overstay their welcome. If they're long for a reason because they're going like that's fine, but songs that just go, all right, enough. I get it. You can play your instruments. I get you guys can sing. I understand you guys are talented. Like, enough. So anyway, I did like this song though. I thought it was pretty cool. Whether or not I would turn it on or not, I'm not sure. I like it enough that I feel like that the song itself, I think I would add this definitely to a playlist. Like, I don't know if I would choose to just go, let me listen to Devil Makes 3, but I think I would add it to a playlist. And I do like that it has a cinematic quality to it. Like, even like in a non-horror, you know, like I feel like it would have been great and operate in so many different...
Yeah, like a Western or something like that.
Yeah, Western or even just like, even in any show where they want to like kind of have this like moment of, I don't even know. I mean, because the song itself is kind of...
It's, I think, reflection.
Yeah, it's a very... And I could see it being in something like that. Like when a character's having a moment of reflection.
Yeah,
you know?
and I think when you look at a graveyard, there is something that happens when you're in a graveyard. There's lots of moments of reflection.
Right.
You know, when you're seeing how fickle life is. I mean, everybody dies.
Yeah, and Dave's coming in and saying sort of a cross between Nathaniel Radcliffe, Father John Misty, Gordon Lightfoot, and Citizen Cope. Yeah, I mean, those are all great comparisons. So yeah, I think with all that being said, I feel comfortable giving this one a 3.5 rating for me.
Okay, I will receive that.
I feel comfortable with a 3.5. Dave gave it a Dave gave it a 4.4.
Dave, thank you so much.
Wow, Devil Makes 3, 4.4 for
Thank
Dave.
you, Dave.
And I had a feeling Dave would really like that one too, because it's definitely into I think in the lane of Dave like fandom. What Dave likes.
Dave has this. Any avid listener knows Dave's mind is like bigger than anything I can see. I don't know how it fits in one head.
Yeah, Dave is as a music aficionado. Yeah. For sure. So, all right. So before we move on to our second songs, I do want to take a quick and just let everybody know. Here comes some plugs, everybody. Just an FYI. Up. Yeah, buckle up. All right. So real quick, I do because we are on Radio Garden State, and Radio Garden State is actually hosting a huge fest in 2 weeks. Actually, November 2nd at the Wonder Bar in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Now, Amanda, I know you've never been to Asbury Park.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, like, explain the size. Like,
Asbury Park is not a ginormous shore town, but it is very legendary to New Jersey because it is the birthplace of a lot of the New Jersey scene. I wouldn't say the New Jersey Shore sound. That's more Wildwood. But the New Jersey music scene, of course, Bruce Springsteen, huge. This is where he cut his teeth. This is where he formed a lot of bands. Tons of the New Jersey bands came up in this Asbury Park area. So we, as in Radio Garden State, is super excited to be hosting this along with Greetings from the Garden State podcast. And this is happening once again, November 2nd at the Wonder Bar. You can get your tickets right now over on greetingsfromgardenstate.com, radiogardenstate.com. It'll all take you to one place, which is Ticketmaster. We've got 3 amazing bands playing: Kristen Sparacchio, The Hard Maybes, and Dentist. These, by the way, these are all artists Amanda would like. I'm not kidding, Amanda.
I was there.
You would love them all. The Hard Maybes, I think, especially because it's very much like 60s girl group kind of stuff.
Okay.
Dentist, very like poppy, indie, kind of punky,
great.
surfy, and Kristen Sparacchio, 1,000% your taste in music. Yeah.
Nice.
And we've got some great food partners going to be there as well. Rutt's Hut. Anybody from New Jersey knows the legendary Rutt's Hut. The Rippers by the beach, the classic Ripper hot dog, the original Ripper. Number 1. This is a number 1 destination in New Jersey, by the way. If you're a foodie, Rutt's Hut is a destination. It's been there for like 10,000 years, and it is great. But they are coming to do a pop-up, and so it's kind of this like historic thing. Rippers from up north are coming down to the beach. So you got this like great combination. Of course, Johnny pork roll and coffee too. Of course, I still love calling it Taylor ham. But
is this the pork roll? Like,
yes,
there's the debate of
Taylor ham pork roll.
Okay,
so but yeah, we got Johnny's pork roll and coffee too will be there, as well as these great New Jersey breweries that are going to be behind the bar.
Goodness, it
Ghost
keeps going.
Hawk, yep, Asbury Park, 902, Twin Lights, Carton, Kane, Tom's River, Cape May, and the amazing Asbury Park Distillery will also be there as well. So listen, guys, get your tickets now. We got some great partners: New Jersey Lottery, Megan Carvola from Remax Elite, and once again, it's the historic Wonder Bar, guys. And these tickets are literally $20 right now. Get them now.
What a steal!
It is. It's a great steal. It is an amazing. It's gonna be a great time. This is November 2nd, guys. 2 weeks away. Do not delay. Get your tickets now, because as it gets closer, it's going to be closer to selling out. Get your Jersey Fest tickets today. It's going to be great.
Well done to you and the team at Radio Garden State, because I just think it's a lot of work to put on any kind of like festival or a Jersey Fest. And
I will tell you,
bravo.
Mike has been hustling. Mike Ham. So kudos to Mike Ham for putting this together, and we're all here to support you, buddy. So thank you so much. Thanks for Radio Garden State. Thanks for putting this on, guys. And we are really excited. So I will be down there. My wife will be selling merch at the merch table, so make sure you come down and at least, get a ticket, say hi, and watch some great bands, have some great food, get some great drinks. So that is all happening on November 2nd. Get your tickets now. All right. back into look, you got a ray of ray of sunshine today.
Let me block that ray.
Let me block that.
Let's let it in.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone.
Amanda's got the sun beaming through her window right now on the video version of
I'll take it in Michigan.
Yeah, take it in Michigan. So, all right. Our second songs to each other in our Cemetery Serenade playlist.
Yes.
Amanda.
Your second song to me this week was Join Me in Death by Him, or H-I-M. What am I supposed to say? Him?
Him.
Okay. I'm like, it's capitalized. Should I be saying H-I-M?
I mean, it's him.
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 So, this is an interesting song.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love the thought behind the song.
I know.
You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, basically, the breakdown is they love each other and want to escape the world, kind of by suicide, like a Romeo and Juliet
kind of a thing. Yeah.
Where you can just love each other alive.
Mm-hmm.
So
can.
I don't love like the story behind this, but what I do like is the song itself.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of these things where, like, for me, when I hear it, and I know that the lyrics are, a
little
piercing, and it's got, like, I will agree, what I don't like is a romanticizing of that, but then again, it's been a topic in literature for forever.
Centuries, Romeo and Juliet.
And films and everything, and for me, this is how I feel like, this is how, when I hear this, what I love, and this is, I think Him is perfect, is like, I am a huge fan of Bram Stoker's Dracula, the one done by Francis Ford Coppola, with Gary Oldman as Dracula and Winona Ryder and Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
I think that movie is just so well done, and I love their take on Dracula, and I feel like 1,000% that Him and Villavallo, like this could easily slot into that. And at the heart of that Dracula story is really a love story. And the way they use that version is they really play up the love story between Vlad and his queen and the whole tragedy of that, where she, thinks that he's dead and can't bear the thought of living without him, and throws herself off the tower, and then he comes back and finds out that so it's so tragic, and then that's how he becomes Dracula, by like cursing God and all that stuff. And like, I like that very gothic take on it. Mm-hmm. And so this song, and like mostly the vibe, just I think of that movie. I just do. And this song to me makes me feel like that Dracula love story.
It's kind of a dance with death. Like, you can almost kind of, it really does have that cadence of dancing, and it's catchy, but not. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but this actually is the song that he says that the actual writing of the song took 15 minutes, but then arranging it took 2.5 years.
Right.
So sometimes I'm sure that is the way that it happens. It's the words are down, and then to get it to its finished product is much harder.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's always like one of those things where like you got the inspiration and then you go with it, but it's like, and then obviously trying to finish it up and all that. So it's like, I mean, how many times have you heard that where like, hey, I got this great idea for a riff, and then it just sits around for like 15 years before they actually finish it, or like I've got an idea for a certain lyric, and it's just, they just can't put it together at that moment, but it's like, let me get it down, and then
so you don't forget
I will come back to it,
Absolutely. So yeah, I do like this song. As far like musically, lyrically, I mean, it's not my favorite.
Okay. All right.
But
listen, I think that's fair.
Honestly, musically, probably of the three, I like it the best.
I could definitely see, for me too, I feel like that this song fits in really well with our theme of Cemetery Serenade. Like, this is something like walking through the cemetery, serenading this, like, like, I don't know. It's got that feel to it. It's got a flair. It's got that theatric flair to it. So, all right. So let's play a bit of Him with Join Me in Death right here.
Whoa.
Right now.
And it sounds beautiful. I'm a sucker for the piano right there.
It's great.
We are so young, our lives have just begun.
It's actually very similar, yet totally different to Graveyard by the Devil Makes Three. Like, just the approach of telling the story is different.
Yeah, I agree.
We're so anxious to be together in there. Whoa, whoa. Won't you die tonight for love? Join me there. Won't you die? Join me there. Won't you die tonight for love? Join me
So, and I like this too because I feel like it's got a lot of Cure vibes to it. You know how big of a Cure fan I am, but like a much more like obviously much more rock and much more straight ahead version of the Cure. I don't know. I like the vibe of the song, and I feel like it's catchy to me too. And then all the gothic and the theatrical stuff on top of it. Like a lot of people too, like will kind of, and you know, I've played you Ghost a lot on this show. Like we just did Ghost actually a couple weeks ago, and so Ghost gets heat, or they used to get a lot of heat. I don't get much heat, but a lot of people were like, "Oh, Ghost is a bite off of him," and what Villavalo was doing. But I'm like, you know, it's honestly,
There's
but then you
always
could say,
inspiration
but then
behind
this is a
things.
bite off of like what Bauhaus and the Cure were doing. So I mean, it's goth music, but like made much more accessible for like normies.
Fair.
That's my take. But I really like this song. It feels like a cemetery serenade.
It really does. I think of all your songs, I think this one really, I could see almost like the video in my head of somebody walking through and like kind of like putting their hand on top of the tombstones and
Right.
you know, meeting whoever their love there. They're like looking for their love, and then their love comes behind a tree. They're like, "Oh, there you are."
Well, the music video for this, even though it doesn't take place in a cemetery, it's got very cemetery vibes. I mean, I could show you. I mean, I could bring it up a little bit just so you can kind of see, because I think that you're right. You're spot on with a lot of the vibe in this.
Oh, nice.
But this is the actual like
the
music
opening
video.
I love. Oh, very cemetery-esque.
Yeah.
If that's a word.
Yeah, very cemetery-esque.
Yeah.
You know.
This looks like something like an Ice Nine Kills would run with.
Yeah. It's very good looking. He's a very good looking man, by the way.
He's got very like interesting eyes.
You know, those Finnish, man. The Finns.
That.
Very, very, you know. So there's a reason why Tolkien made the elves based off the Finnish language, and kind of like, because I just think that Tolkien, J.R.R. Tolkien, who wrote Lord of the Rings, he knew what was up. That Nordic look, the Swedish, Finnish, high cheekbones, very statuesque people. They are beautiful people. Just gonna say, they're beautiful people.
I like this video very much.
Yeah, very, very high stylized. Like it's like almost like if you turned the song off, it could be like the sound of it's like it could be a fashion for like some kind of like cologne or something. Like it's just, it operates on so many ways. It's like
it could be a cologne commercial.
You know, like look, it's like obsession for like, but I mean very, very highly stylized. You know, like but I like it. It's good. It's like good. Brought like that. You know, when these guys were at their height, like they really brought this sound back in a really cool way. And I like that they made it accessible and poppy and just catchy. And just good music. Just good music. That's all. So anyway, I thought I'd show you the video real quick.
It's right in that ballpark of where my mind was going with that. So I actually like the video even with the song even better.
Right.
So,
yeah, I thought you might. I thought you might.
As we often do when we do video reviews, sometimes it talks me up.
Talks you up a little bit.
A decimal or two here.
Yeah.
So I probably would, I'm going to give this one, I'm a little conflicted with the video. I'm going to give it a 3.8.
Wow. Well, guess what? You are in league with Dave.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't even see that comment. We are really like
Dave, yeah, you guys are mind melding today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dave also thought it was a 3.8, and I think that's a very fair rating. Once again, coming from, and Dave, Dave was into a lot of the dark wave stuff, and I know that Dave probably feels that it's got that dark wave-esque kind of, definitely has that. So,
but not too much. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, not so much that it's like now I just feel like I'm in a dance club in the basement, just like
Yeah. Yeah, it's not polarizing, so that direction. But that video though, like it talked to me up from like a 3.5-ish.
Yeah, and range. I also like that the video was bright too. Like it's gothic but bright.
It's very
it's icy and cold. Like
the bright white is there.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it. All
right. I will take your 3.8. I love it. Love it. So real quick, guys, if you're just tuning in on Radio Garden State, what you're listening to today right now is Song Swap Showdown, and we are doing Cemetery Serenade. So far, Amanda and I have shared 3 songs we showed. We just did Amanda did my second song to her, but her first song to me was Graveyard by Devil Makes 3, and I gave that a 3.5, and then she gave me a 3.2 for Cemetery Drive by Chemical Romance. That's what I gave her. And then I just gave her this one, which was Join Me in Death by him, and she gave it a 3.8. So now we're on to her next song to me, which was a fun one, and I'm glad you gave this to me because this was really cool. This is the Blenders, Graveyard. And I love that you found it on a Halloween Party Songs comp.
Like some kid like CD.
It's great. But you know what? It really is. It's a great party song.
It's a good ditty.
Because Halloween, at the end of the day, is spooky. It is fun to be spooked, and I love fun Halloween songs. And I think that this was really cool. And I hadn't actually heard this one in a really long time because there used to be a station here in New York, New Jersey, called CBS FM, and all they did was play oldies. And during Halloween, especially any holidays, they would load up on a lot of these classic songs from the 50s and 60s and play the heck out of them. And, growing up, CBS FM was on. And I remember hearing this song when I was a kid on
I love that.
CBS FM. And, and I hadn't heard it in a long time. So it was actually real because I was like, wait a second, I know this song. And and I didn't even know it was the Blenders, but I remember hearing it on CBS FM. And it's a fun song, guys. I mean, and this was released back in 1962. The Blenders, who were, I guess, I don't know, I wouldn't say they were a doo-wop band or anything like that, but they were definitely like I was trying to find some more info on the Blenders, actually, and I was right before we got on the air, I was looking for some more. Did you manage to get any more info about the Blenders?
No, I feel besides what's in like the Wikipedia type of stuff, which isn't very much, and when you search Graveyard and stuff, there are so many songs, like you get inundated with other people's information, not on what you're looking for.
I found it.
Good.
So on Wikipedia, I found it. So take this with a grain of salt. But they were a Minneapolis, Minnesota-based band. Not to be confused. Ooh. So there is actually...
There's like a gazillion.
So this is not the right Blenders.
This is what I'm saying. Like there's so much on there.
It's a 1960s vocal quartet of the same name that appeared on a Lawrence Welk show for 2 years and disbanded in 1967, or the R&B group of the same name that recorded in 1949 and 1954. So, okay, so that was this is a different Blenders
It's remarkable, but the song itself is fantastic.
The song itself is fantastic, and I do like it. And even when you go on, because I found somebody had posted on YouTube the actual, like, the 45 of it and, like, had the picture, like, a lot of, like, YouTube stuff, especially stuff that's, like, out of print. And there wasn't too much even in the comments, other than they said that the flip side is, like, it's a song called It Takes Time. So, and somebody in the comments is saying this is my dad from his group in 1962, but, I mean, that can't be confirmed.
Yep, you go down that rabbit hole.
But it is a fun song. Let's see. Dave's coming in. Yeah, he's saying the 90s Capella band, the Blenders. This is not them.
There's just so much on, like, either the Blenders or the Graveyard. So it was a little bit more difficult. And I'm sure people out there, like, know way more than we do. And that's okay. We just have a week to prepare for this show. That's it.
Yeah, we only have a week. So, all right. So here's the Blenders Graveyard. I like this. This is a fun one.
Me and my girl were coming home from a dance.
Of course, they were coming home from a dance.
Absolutely.
She looked at me.
This is great.
This is what she said. Let's take a shortcut way down.
You know what I like
To the grave.
is so often it's the men trying to convince the women.
Always
She's,
the
and she's like, hey, let's take the scenic route. Wink, wink.
By the light of the moon. Now listen to my song now, and it's for sure. I'll never go down there no more. Down in the graveyard.
so good, man. This would have definitely fit in really well with our pumpkin jams for sure.
sure,
But
for
it fits in
sure.
great with this too, because this is like, you know, while we've got a lot of like sullen kind of songs, this is like having fun in a graveyard.
Yeah, yeah. Different than like the Monster Mash or something, but it's in that same bracket, I
Yeah.
feel like.
But I really enjoyed this one, and like I said, I hadn't heard it in years because where I had heard it was on CBS FM. Didn't know it was the Blenders, and I'm glad. You have reintroduced the song
right.
into my life, and now I can add it onto every Halloween playlist, including we have. By the way, Song Swap Showdown has an official Halloween playlist on Spotify.
is
Just
true.
search Song Swap Showdown holiday or Halloween. I can't remember, what is it called? Halloween party playlist.
It should pop right up though.
It should pop right up. It's a Halloween party playlist. If you just go into songs, if you go into Spotify and just type in Song Swap Showdown, everything we've ever done will pop right up. So especially that one, a Halloween party playlist. Thank you. That's it. That's what it's called. So Dave is already giving his 3.5 for this
like
for the
that.
Blenders, and I'm going to tell you, I'm scoring this much higher than that, Dave. It's hit me in the right mood today on a Monday.
Yes.
And when Amanda gave this to me, it's definitely my favorite of the three songs, just because I like that and it's a nice sandwich. It's the when we oftentimes Amanda likes to compare songs with bread and sandwiches. So I would say that your two songs are the nice warm toasty bread that I
Ooh,
like.
I'm liking.
You know,
Okay.
and I got spread
What
with
else?
like some good mayo.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know,
Keep going.
Some
Mhm.
pickles and all that. What's inside? This is like
Yeah.
the amazing cheese on a grilled cheese sandwich. This song.
Ooh, so this song is a grilled cheese with like superior gooey.
Yeah. Yes.
Nice
really.
pull.
Right. That's this song.
Ooh, okay. Ooh,
It's
yeah.
the really good gooey cheese in the middle of a very perfectly toasted and prepared grilled cheese
grilled
sandwich.
cheese sandwich. All right.
So
okay.
that's where I'm going with this. Now I made everybody hungry. So where am I rating
I
the
could go for a
Blenders
grilled cheese.
Graveyard?
Yeah.
While it is not an eternity song for me, it is a really fun one. And I am going to rank it pretty darn high because, and also the nostalgia value is playing
Nostalgia,
high into
yeah.
into this as well. So I'm going to give it a 4.5.
Ooh. Thank you for that, sir.
Only because, I mean, honestly, it is a really fun song, and I love me some fun Halloween songs. As much as I love the sullen, but I really enjoy, especially 60s, 50s, 60s garage rock Halloween. I love that stuff, and this
Yeah.
fits right into that pocket for me.
And I felt like this was a refreshing song that it
Yeah.
felt like a lot of our classic songs that we
It did.
enjoy, but it wasn't the same old songs.
No.
It was a treat that I'm like, ooh, this is a fun family Halloween playlist.
It really is. It is.
Yeah, it's about smooching and blah, blah, blah. But like, no kid's going to
cares?
catch on to that. They're just hearing the beat and the
I
the
certainly did it when
song.
I was a kid. I was just like,
Right,
this is just
right.
a fun song on CBS FM. So it's great.
Yeah, if they could play it and they could sing it at this time, it's
Yeah.
appropriate.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, guys. So that is my rating
Thank
for the
you for
Blenders
that.
Graveyard. Before we move on, I do want to make sure
Mm-hmm.
that we, of course, talk about, because, you know, Amanda and I, we are serious coffee people, guys.
Are.
Serious coffee people. And we need something that's going to get your heart pumping every time. And so what am I talking about today? I am talking about Cardiac Attack Coffee. We are so happy to have Cardiac Attack Coffee as our sponsor for the month of October. And let me tell you, yesterday I actually did a video of this, and then I didn't post it because I actually want to redo it because I wasn't like super happy because you know how Amanda, you know how I get.
You're a perfectionist, yes.
I get to a point of like I really want to post this, but what I did, and Amanda will appreciate this, because I took cardiac attack coffee and I have the Guatemalan, the dark roast, which is delicious, and I put it in my French press. And I made an outstanding cup of coffee yesterday around 3:30. And I got to tell you, that kept me going all night long because I went to go see Tiny Ships and Reese Van Riper and Energy Werewolf down the street. They were playing, and that got my heart pumping. I loved it. It was great. And that French press, so boom, loved it. It was excellent.
Makes, for those who have never did a French press before, that makes a stronger, way more intimate cup of coffee that touches your soul in a whole different way.
It most certainly does.
And so, I mean, that'll get your motor running.
It'll definitely get your motor running. So listen, guys, Cardiac Attack Coffee, we can't say enough great things about them here. We're so happy that they are a sponsor for this month, and it is just a great coffee. Amanda and I are very, very picky about who we partner with and align with, and these guys are great. So if you want a whole bean ground, well, actually it comes in whole bean or ground, so sorry about this. So whole bean or ground, either one, but it's a single origin coffee in late, medium, and dark roast varieties. It is excellent. They also come cold brew packs and everything. So if you like cold brew, you can make it at home, like super simple.
You know what we like most about, like when we're picking our sponsors and we're plugging, people's product, them as people and being easy to work with is just as important to us as the product being good. So the overall as a company, they're fantastic.
Excellent.
Support them if you can.
Yeah, and by the way, for all you New Jersey folks, they are a local New Jersey company. So listen, when you support them, you're supporting us and you're supporting small business. They got, not only do they have excellent coffee in Guatemala, Ethiopia, and Costa Rica flavors and the cold brew packs, but they also got some sweet merch. Glassware mugs.
Cup is amazing.
They are excellent. If you're into punk and hardcore, excellent inspired punk and hardcore merch like Bad Brains, Circle Jerks, and more. Just excellent merch. I love it. Love it. Check them out. So listen, our special offer to all of you guys and through with our partnership with them is we are extending a code right now. Use code Song Swap Showdown when you check out and get a 15% off your entire order, no matter what you order from them. Go to cardiacattackcoffee.com, cardiacattackcoffee.com. Use code Song Swap Showdown for 15% off your order right now, cardiacattackcoffee.com. We love these guys. Get your heart pumping. That's right. Do it. We have spoken.
Boom.
All right. Moving into our third and final songs here today.
Yes.
On the Song Swap Showdown radio program, podcast, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, Dave's saying that cardiac attack merch looks pretty sweet. I'm telling you, Dave, these guys are on their game. And you know how Amanda and I are with merch.
We are ridiculous. Like, we are such suckers. We are people's perfect consumer.
That's right. Get your Song Swap Showdown pumpkin shirt. Guys, Halloween's not over yet. Get it now. Get it now in time for Halloween.
And you can wear it all year long, too, like I'm going to.
You too. And I am working on a special holiday one, too. I'll send you some designs for approval. All right. So Approved. Immediately approved. All right. So here we go. Here's our third and final songs to each other. Amanda, since you had started with my songs at the top of the show.
Only makes sense for me to finish with yours, right?
Yeah. And I have a prediction about this next song. But I wanted to do it because I thought that it would be something different for you.
You know what? I'm glad I was exposed to it.
You have the best way of saying the most positive things. It's like peace and love, but peace and love.
So what song are we talking about? Love You to Death by Type O Negative. Incidentally, I say that to Marcus all the time. I just love you to death.
Love you to death.
I love you to death. I can just squeeze you to death. It's just, sometimes love's painful. Love hurts.
Yeah,
sometimes.
we all watch that TikTok with Marcus's voice on it, by the way.
Yeah, he's funny. I'm surprised I was able to put his voice on there.
I was shocked, by the way.
He let me. I was shocked. So believe me, I took advantage of it right away. I didn't waste a second of time. So, you know, this particular artist, you know, has a vampire fixation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so run with what you like. Run with what you like.
I mean, Peter Steele, the Green Man, R.I.P. Been many, many years. Actually, we did a little short on him on YouTube a little bit ago, and Typo Negative was one of those bands. They made a very lasting impact when they came out and kind of got like a lot of traction on MTV and rock radio and, you know, being New Yorkers and all that. But like they created that image of this like mix of like dark goth with metal, but did it and Pete Steele's that baritone voice that he's got, really very big female following, I'm going to say. And on top of it, he was a pretty good looking dude too, but like very large female following.
I will say, like, when I first started listening to this,
sexy vampire vibes.
For some people.
Well, not for Amanda.
Not for me. I don't particularly find vampires attractive. I don't want to live forever. We've discussed this already.
We have discussed this.
Like eternal life.
You do not want to be immortal.
No, not on Earth.
If you became a vampire, you would throw yourself into the sun.
Immediately. Poof. I might have been too dramatic with that poof, but
you wouldn't have a little fun being a vampire before you did it?
No, because blood freaks me out.
But if you're a vampire, though, it's like you crave it because
you gotta. But like, I don't drinking blood. Like I'm really
drinking
good.
blood. I mean, I would never drink blood, but I'm also not a vampire. But if I was a vampire and that's what I lived on,
I feel like I would still know. You know what I mean? Even if I have a craving for it, I feel like I would know. I've watched a lot of Supernatural where the vampires on that show seem very conflicted. And that's why they'll drink the blood from animals instead of, you know, people.
Well, that's like Interview with a Vampire where like Louis like lived off rats and stuff.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I feel like it just would be so lonely to live eternally. And that's what this is about.
Yes,
like the vampire telling a lady he will love her to death, like, and make her immortal because he wants a companion. I mean, but I would want to see all of the people that I care about just die over and over.
Well, then that is definitely the curse of it, right? Nothing comes without a consequence. So while you may live forever, you're gonna see people that you love not
continuously die. I mean, everyone except for vampires dies. So I will say, the beginning of this had me real excited that it was going to kind of become like a power ballad, like metal power ballad, and then it didn't happen.
Right. Okay.
And so I feel like I might be disappointed in this song because I had an expectation that wasn't reached.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But the song, there were some elements of the song that I found enjoyable. But I think this one I can handle a little bit better because this one wasn't necessarily about suicide. This was more of a love song, you know, of an eternal love type of thing. So this was just a little bit more of a lighter, like storybook type of
This reminded me of something from Interview with a Vampire. Like I could picture like Lestat or like Louis or any of the other random vampires from that, like totally singing this, serenading, you know, like
if it was a musical, if Interview with a Vampire was a musical, maybe it is. This would be great.
It is not. It is not. I don't want them to turn it into a musical.
I mean, I don't honestly. Heated take. I don't even really necessarily love Interview with a Vampire.
Well, I've been watching the series on AMC. Did you watch the series?
No. What do you think about that?
It's so good.
Is it good? Is it better than the movie?
Oh my god! It blows the movie away in every which way. First of all, okay, guys, we're in a sidebar real quick. Sidebar.
We're so sorry.
Sidebar. This is the show. Sidebar. Tom Cruise as Lestat was a terrible choice, by the way. And I'm not. And even Brad Pitt as Louis was kind of like weak.
Agreed. I don't like either one of them.
Well, what they've done in this Interview with a Vampire show is they have really, the guy that they got to play Lestat is absolutely perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. And the actor that got to play Louis was great. They really nailed it. It was actually interesting what they did. I don't want to spoil it for people, so I think you should go back and watch it if you haven't. I think it's on Netflix now.
I'm gonna do
it. What they did was actually very interesting with the actual Interview with a Vampire book. And they go deeper into things. They do change some things, but I all feel like the changes they made, most of them were very much for the better.
Okay.
I think it was a great updated take for today's modern audience to discover that without really altering the DNA of the book and the story. So I highly recommend, guys, if you really want to watch something really cool, if you like Interview with Vampires, if you were sleeping on it, don't watch it. It's great. It's very good. And the guy that plays Lestat, oh my God, he's the perfect Lestat.
Now I have to go watch it.
I have spoken. I have spoken.
5 records.
So, all right, sidebar concluded.
Got it. Well, it's good to know. Let's play a little bit of "I Love You to Death" by Type.
I love when you do your metal voice.
It makes my throat hurt.
All right, so and this is a long song. We're not going to listen to the whole thing, but you know, a lot of the Type O Negative songs are long. They're very gothy, and you know.
But you know what? I felt like as I was listening to it, it was long, but I didn't feel like
it takes you on a journey.
I wasn't waiting for it to end.
Right.
Like some songs, right?
You're a little locked in.
I was okay with the length because of what they were delivering.
Yeah. And by the way, I can't even believe it that Pete Steele's been dead since 2010. I mean, that is just outrageous to me. That he passed away in 2010.
14 years.
Unreal to me. And this
14
stuff
years still feels like it should be the 90s to me.
This stuff still sounds just as fresh to me as it did then, to be honest with you. In my eyes. My humble opinion.
I like the album cover.
Yeah, October Rust.
See, like, you could see where I was expecting maybe a power ballad to, like, come in. Like, I was like, ooh, okay, Chris. And this, and then it didn't go there.
You didn't like this?
No, I did like this, and I was thinking it was going to go power ballad. And
I see.
Had all the makings.
Sexy vampire. I wish I had a voice like this.
Would you use it all the time?
100%.
You'd be like, hey, Rachel.
This is so great. Rachel, come to me. What? But I love the symphonic, the theatrics. Serenading, man. Serenading.
I will admit, it's got elements of serenade.
He's a lonely vampire.
And I feel like I feel
it. That's great. It's Elvis, man. It's Elvis.
Not quite.
Yeah.
Zombie Elvis, I'll say.
I love the layers.
I feel like these vocals aren't deep enough for this song. It needed to be lower.
Okay. Oh, I'll turn it up. Let me turn it down.
No. Like the vocals of the singer right now. Like, if they would have been a little lower, it would have flowed a little better for me personally.
But his voice is so unique and so like, it's the perfect. He literally sounds like the vampire singing, pining for this love. He sounds like the character, and all that the. All right, hold on. Can we do this real quick? Can we cut? I put the video on for you to watch the video because
it's our show. We can do whatever we want.
oh, that's right. We can.
We can do whatever we want, whatever you want. Let's.
All right. Here's the video because I just want you to get.
That you had it like queued up immediately. Like,
of course,
you knew
I did.
This was going to be needed.
I knew this was happening.
Little Red Riding Hood or something.
Yeah, I think so.
In her place, 100 candles burning.
Oh, the uplighting. It's great.
That's one of my Devil Chin shows.
He is Nosferatu. Sexy vampire.
Her hips move, and I can feel what they say.
I love the Comfortably Numb. That's great. It's a Pink Floyd Comfortably Numb line.
Comfortably Numb is not a bad place to be.
Yes.
The long hair.
It's great.
There's some share going on.
Look at this look, though, man. Love it. All looking like vampires. This is such a 90s video. It's great. This literally could have been like any like 90s band with all like the Vaseline on the lenses and the distorted like wide angle lens.
Is that all it was Vaseline on the lens?
A lot of times it was, yeah. I mean, they actually, yeah.
Before filters actually existed?
Well, before they even started making a filter like that, they used to put the Vaseline on the lens and to get that like, and then they eventually started making a filter like that. But like, yeah.
And all of our filters now, fabulous.
Yeah. So anyway, that was a little bit of video. I just wanted to give you a little taste of Love You to Death. Yeah.
I liked the cemetery. No, the Join Me in Death one better.
Join Me in Death, the one by him.
Yes, I enjoyed that video better. So I wouldn't turn this song on, but listening to our playlist, I'm not going to skip it. Like, this is not a skippable song. Like, at all.
It's not a hit skip. Like, you would take the 7-minute ride.
I really would.
The cemetery ride.
Yes, especially if it's on my Halloween, playlist and it's on the appropriate, like I'm in the appropriate mind frame. Like this isn't a like I'm working at the store.
No.
Play. Like I might skip it then. Like if it just randomly plays, like that's not quite appropriate for people looking for candles. Well,
or is it? Or is it?
Or is it?
I think you're underestimating the power of typo negative for people to buy candles, by the way.
I need to see some data on that.
I think you need to try it.
I think if I had Halloween candles and I was selling Halloween
you would
candles,
sell out.
And I put it to like a TikTok to this song.
You would sell out. You would sell out. I think Halloween pack. Do a test.
All right.
I have 10 of these available. Guys, here's some marketing 101 for you right now. Everybody, business lesson. I got 10 Halloween packs. They're going today. Set it to this song. I guarantee they'll be gone.
Gone. Gone, as I tell you.
Mark my words. Mark my words. My Halloween words.
October 21st,
Amanda,
2024.
do it. I'm telling you right now. 10 candle pack, whatever you want to call it, Halloween packs. 10 of them. Only 10. Boom.
Oh, the typo negative pack.
Typo negative pack.
All right.
The Love You to Death pack.
This is perfect. So not only is this a musical show now, you get a taste of Chris's very good expertise as a marketer, social media strategist. Like, you don't even need to play your ad today. You just showed your worth.
That's right. I don't need to play my ad.
I mean, you can.
I mean, I probably will, but.
I mean, feel welcomed, but you just saw it in action.
Saw it in action.
So, okay, let me tell you.
All right.
As of right now, my rating is 3.1.
Okay.
Now, if I put this if your marketing works, 5 records. 5 records all day long.
My marketing will work. And this will be 5. You'll be immediately making a rating correction. And by the way.
I hope that's true.
By the way, this is where you and Dave are far apart.
We parted ways.
You have parted ways
today.
Dave is a 4.5 for typo negative, and Dave, rightfully so. It's an excellent. It's a very good song, and I like typo, especially those first couple. The first record's like okay. But the second one with the Christian Woman, Black Number 1 on it, and all that, and then this one, October Rust. These are really solid records.
So Dave, does this like what makes this be a 4.5 for you? Like I'm not shocked, but I'm a little like intrigued.
I think he likes it. I'm going to take a stab. I'm going to take a quick stab before you answer it, Dave. Is that Dave, because Dave came from 80s New Wave, and Dave was on the air, and Dave played a lot of goth and dark wave stuff, and I think that this falls in line with a lot of 80s dark wave stuff, but just mixed, just a little heavier. It's got a little bit more edge to it than you know, like we were saying, him. It's very Cure, but it's like the Cure with more of an edge to it. And I think that's where, if that's my assessment. I could be way off, but that's my best guess, Dave.
Okay. Dave will have to weigh in if there's enough spots in the comments.
If there's enough spots in the comments. Yeah. All right. So, and you guys at home listening, wherever you are, let us know, what did you think of Typo Negatives Love Me to Death? Let us know in the comments, 1 to 5 records, where would you have placed this? And is it making your Halloween playlist? Is Black #1 and Christian Woman your only 2 Typo Negative songs making your Halloween playlist? Amanda has no idea what I'm talking about.
I'm like, now. I'm gonna okay it.
Yeah. Dave's saying, admittedly, song's a little longer. Like, Dave, you're not wrong. Okay. You're not wrong, but I think once you're locked in on the journey, you're just in on that cemetery.
You know what? But his verbiage there is very interesting. His wording is important. Admittedly, the song is a little longer than he likes, but it's not like. But it's a deal breaker.
It's not a deal breaker. It's not enough to say it's a 2 or a 3.
Yes, I like that. I like that.
All right. So our final song that we are discussing today is Amanda's final song to me.
Yeah, it is.
And that is Graveyard by Nicole Rayy with a double Y.
Double Y.
Double Y. Why do you think she has the double Y?
Well, I don't know, but I've been following her on TikTok since I've discovered her because I just discovered her this week for the show.
Okay.
And I'm really excited. And so when I go down the rabbit hole of her TikToks and she's like, hi, I'm Nicole Rayy, 2 Ys, because it matters. She always says that. And so when you say double Y, and I just continuously think in my head, because it matters. And it does matter. Spelling matters, right?
Mm-hmm. So she apparently has a pop remix version of this song out too.
She has done a lot with this song. And I think...
And I don't blame her. Because,
I feel like the version we have on our playlist is really fun, but of course, like, she's just having fun with it. I think it's been a successful thing for her, and why not have fun?
Yeah, no, listen, I think that absolutely, I mean, have fun with it. What I want to do too is I wanted to see if I could find the one that's, I guess, the pop remix. I have the official video.
The official video.
So let's do this.
Which is fun.
Let me play. Should I play the song and then play the video?
Either, or you could just play the video.
All right, let's just play the video. How's that?
I like it.
Let's just go there. So, and obviously, you guys, if you're not watching, you know, you'll be getting the audio on this, of course.
Of course.
But we always highly encourage you to go back and watch the video version. So, all right. So, let's listen to some of Nicole Rayy's and watch it. Graveyard. Nicole Rayy, double Y. By the way, when I look this up, the AI overview on Google, because that's a thing now. Like,
yes,
you get an AI,
I actually kind of like it.
Because Graveyard is a murder single by Nicole Rayy. That's it. It was released before her album Now and Then, which has an emotional tone and pace. That was AI's overview of the song. Murder single.
I mean, it's not wrong.
We now know why this is on Amanda's list.
I know.
This is Amanda's jam for sure.
I am like bopping along.
I come out when the moon shines. That's when I make my plan.
Gotta love the video.
If you don't want no trouble,
who doesn't need a shovel in their trunk at all times?
Yeah. She's in a graveyard, dressed in black, purple lighting, taking a shovel and body out of her trunk.
Body in its heart.
And now all of them skeletons in my closet are nowhere to be found. They're buried in the ground. Yeah, I got a graveyard littered with caskets filled with the bodies of all of my exes. I'll chisel your tombstone, walk away laughing, and no one will know what happened, 'cause I got a graveyard.
This is the song Amanda would have written if Amanda ever wrote a song.
I know.
This is what she would write.
I
FYI,
can't.
guys.
Yeah.
Because for those of you not watching the video version of this, you really have to go back to watch Amanda, how locked in she is on this music video, and how
like,
she
get
wishes
it, sister. Get it,
that
sister.
she was Nicole Rayy in this video doing all these actions and that she had written this song. Am I
You're not
wrong?
Wrong.
This is what I thought. All right.
If you think you're special, let me prove you wrong. I'll burn you in your baggage and bury the ashes and put it in a cut
By the way, I want to say she's very stylish.
Yeah.
She's very well put together for bearing a body. I just want to say,
She's
she
an
doesn't.
expert at this point.
She doesn't look rushed.
No.
I'm just gonna go back real quick because she's got her look.
Yeah.
She's very well put together.
Absolutely.
So this leads me to say, did this just were they out somewhere and this happened and then she's doing this, or is it she did it, then she got dressed, put herself together, then drove this backstory? She's just very well put together.
I suspect she has a shovel in her trunk all the time for these occasions. They probably on a great date, and she was like,
probably.
You went down the wrong hole there.
Package and bury the ashes and put it in a country song.
Put it in a country
Dance
song.
with the devil. I can make your wishes come true. But I go off like a volcano. I got fire on my hands, so be careful what you do. I'm coming after you. Yeah, I got a graveyard littered with caskets filled with the bodies of all of my exes. I'll chisel your tombstone, walk away laughing, and no one will know what happened, 'cause I got a graveyard.
There's a lot of this going on.
I got a graveyard.
Nice boots.
A little gentle nudge into the hole you go.
Gentle
Just
nudge.
another notch on the leg of my phone. And all your sins will be written on your stone. I got a graveyard littered with caskets filled with the bodies of all of my exes. I'll chisel your tombstone, walk away laughing.
I will say I really like that chorus.
Which part?
Just the whole part. I got the graveyard with the bodies of all of my exes.
Yep.
So it just implies that she just buries all her exes
Well,
in this graveyard. And is
what
it a
I-
real graveyard or is it a metaphorical graveyard?
It could be real. But what I like is her choice of words. I've got a graveyard. It's littered with casket. And it's not it's
Littered with caskets.
she's associating her exes with garbage essentially. I'm like, sure, I like that, where other people like me have taken a little bit more caution with a coffin, let's put it in the ground carefully. Nope, littered with caskets. Goodbye.
Littered with caskets. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. All right, let's finish this out. We're actually almost done with it. Let's finish it out. I'm so sucked in. Locked in. All right. All right. Yes, give me the final shot. All the buried exes.
Hey, she
Love it.
said
I love it. All right.
there were a lot of exes.
A lot of exes. She was not kidding. Not kidding. So listen, guys, that's a first of all, that's a fun video. I'm gonna put the link right now into the comments, by the way. So in case anybody wants to go back to that, they can. Let me do
And
that.
she's fun to watch on social media too.
Zippity
so
doo dah.
go and take a follow of her
So
on all the places.
there is a pop version, she said, that exists, and it's not on here. But
I've went down her TikTok rep hole, and there's a lot of different things that she's done with them. So I don't know if there's an actual extended version of it.
well, hold on, I
I
found
don't
something
know.
on
I
her
mean, if
IG.
you can find it, I'm sure I'm gonna love it.
I want to hear what the sample is on her Instagram. So let's just I'm curious. Listen, we're exploring together now, everybody.
We're down the rabbit hole this far.
Yeah. All right. Pop remix available now. Stream. That was 54 weeks ago. Okay. Oh yeah, that's from last year. October 6th, 2023 is when she released this song. A little spooky stuff.
I feel like maybe the Chicks could have had this song as one of their CD songs. I mean, they sang Goodbye Earl, so maybe it would have been too redundant of that. But
I think it might have been, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I think it's just, I'm wondering where, you just always wonder when you hear somebody good.
Yep.
And they haven't quite like made it through, but they've been in the business for, I think she said 13 years, if I'm remembering correctly.
13?
Yeah, 13. I mean, that's a good amount of effort to be putting in for, and I think she only has like 17,000 followers on TikTok still, which is, to me, rather remarkably like small.
Yeah, because Amanda has like 10 million followers at this point.
Do not.
She's 10,000 off from matching Nicole Rayy.
That's
basically.
A lie. No,
you have like 7,000. You have almost 8,000 followers.
I was mathing wrong.
You are mathing wrong. Listen, I got you. I got you.
I'd like to have more, but I'm grateful for the ones that I have. But yeah, I just feel like when you look at some of these people who are doing all the things, it makes you wonder when their breakthrough will be. Maybe they don't even want their breakthrough. Maybe she's very content where she's nestled.
I mean, listen. There it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Word of the day. So here's my assessment. First of all, I really enjoyed the video. My original note on this song. My original note on this song was that it was a very paint by the numbers country song.
Okay.
Now it didn't mean that I did not like it, but I just felt like it was a very like.
It checked boxes.
It's hit the same. I feel like, other than the words, I've heard this song a million times from you. Okay. But I do like the lyrics. I think they're clever. And a song is fun and I don't know if she considers a Halloween song, but I do. And I would put it in that box. I mean, it's a fun song, but I the imagery and all that stuff, and it works well as a standalone goth Halloween creepy spooky song. The video is very fun. I like that she leaned into it really hard. I mean, I think you have to with a song like this. I felt like I liked the video like we just did with Typo Negative and him and all that. I feel like I like the video more with the song than the song on its own, because the song to me is just very paint by numbers and formulaic, but I do enjoy the song. So I'm not giving it a 2 or anything like that, actually. I enjoyed it much more than that. So it would be something that I would add to a playlist because I feel like it's fun. I don't know if I would choose to hit play on it, but if it's in a playlist where it just comes on, I'm not going to skip it. I'm using your words. I wouldn't hit skip.
I like it.
I did have fun with the song. Not as much fun as the Blenders, but it's fun. And I would give it a 3.2.
Okay. Hey.
However, I would give the video a higher score. Because the song with the video, I thought the video was fun. And I think I would give the video a 3.7.
Okay.
I mean, the video itself isn't like crazy, but I like that she at least leaned into it and they had fun with it. And I like that they went in with the lighting and the graveyard and, I think it's fun. So listen, I'm glad we watched it. I like the tune, and I think that'll definitely go on a playlist for me. It will go on a Halloween playlist.
I like that. And Dave Bentley coming in with 4.0 for Nicole Rayy. So that
4.0 for Nicole Rayy.
I appreciate that, Dave. Thank you, sir.
Thank
you. So we're at 3. So I think where we're at is, Chris, you're at 10.1, and I think I'm at 11.2 just because of the Blenders.
That's right. And so that makes you this week's winner of Song Swap. That's right. Queen of the Cemetery Queen.
I'll take that honor.
Queen of the Cemetery. You are this week's Queen of the Cemetery, winner of Song Swap Showdown. Amanda, how does it feel?
It feels wonderful. I'd like to thank Dave Madeley.
Amanda is in the graveyard shoveling holes to bury her exes. You are the cemetery queen.
Very therapeutic.
Singing songs about digging her exes into graves. Digging graves for her exes.
I don't know that. Okay, so let's talk tea for a second.
Let's talk some tea.
I mean, do you have any exes that you would actually put in the ground? I don't know that I do.
No, I don't think so. I mean, no. The answer to that is no.
I don't like, because I feel like none of my exes, like, there's anything bad. It's just people like get annoying or you get bored of them.
Yeah. I think that I think that that's kind of, I don't really have anybody.
I don't either. But that's with us talking exes. You know, I guess there's other people who could.
There's other people in my life that could wind up there. Not exes, though. I feel like all the exes I had have been, everything was just, ran its course, was amicable. It was nothing like,
ran its course is a great way to put it.
Yeah.
I like that.
The natural way of things. That's what happens. And that's all okay. But it wasn't anything like.
They can't all be Marcus's and Rachel's.
No, they cannot. I don't know how they feel about us, but, I think
matter. They're stuck.
Yeah, I think Rachel would love to put me in a cemetery sometimes, but.
Well, sometimes versus all the times.
Right.
There's a difference.
There is a big difference. Yeah. So, all right. So that concludes our song ratings for each other. However, we do have one more piece of business to get to.
Yeah, we do.
We do. And so next week will be our last Halloween themed show because, of course, next week will be Halloween week. Whoa. And we do have some suggestions left on the wheel.
We do. It's gotten skimpier, but we've got some left.
Definitely a skimpier. So, Amanda Sharp.
Yes.
What time is it?
It is time to spin the wheel of Halloween Showdown.
That's right. Time to spin the wheel.
Yes. The wheel
if I can find the wheel.
Well, we'll make one if we can't.
It was just sitting here. Let's get
Now, keep in mind, everyone, Chris on his end has 1,000 links and tabs and all the things.
It is pretty spectacular.
It's amazing you can do any of this show from your fingertips.
It's amazing I could do any kind of a show.
Not based on your ability, just how many moving pieces.
No, absolutely not. So, and by the way, guys, just to let you know, this week's Halloween Wheel of Themes is brought to you by Jersey Fest. Get your Jersey Fest tickets today, right now, November 2nd at the Wonder Bar. Get them over at RadioGardenState.com, GreetingsFromTheGardenState.com, WonderBar.com, anywhere. Basically, they're on Ticketmaster, guys. So, get your tickets now for Jersey Fest.
Get your jersey on.
Get your jersey on. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Let's here.
Wheel.
By the way, here is the. I think we should just go through what's left on.
Okay.
All right. So we have Full Moon Fever. Mm-hmm. Songs inspired or mentioned by, or songs that are inspired by or mention the moon, especially in creepy, mysterious context. Mm-hmm. Ghostly ballads, melancholy and haunting songs that tell ghost stories or tales of lost love. I feel like we just kind of did that one, though.
I did too.
Okay, should I take that off?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, remove that one. Okay. So all stuff we should have done before the show, guys. Okay. Haunted house hits, songs that transport you to haunted mansions, creaky old houses, abandoned places with a story to tell. I like that one. Monster mashup, songs about classic monsters like Dracula, Frankenstein, mummies, and werewolves. I like that. Mm-hmm. Ghastly grooves, songs that have a spooky, eerie vibe, perfect for setting the Halloween mood.
So many that are similar-ish, but all different. Yeah. I'm really going for the haunted house hit.
All right. And vampire vibes, songs that delve into the world of vampires.
So those are our two
Immortal
hopes.
Love. I feel like we did that we just did
We did that last year.
We did do that last year. Should I take that off too?
No, go ahead.
No, you know what? Vampires were like, people like the vampires.
People like the vampires. That's right.
All right. So I've shuffled it. So let's go.
The wheel has been shuffled.
All right, here we go, guys. Spinning the holiday
wheel. Scream. So
all right.
Full Moon Fever, songs that are inspired by or mention the full moon, or the moon rather, especially in a creepy or mysterious context.
Now I am going to throw an audible in here, guys. I'm going to throw an audible in. I think if it does mention werewolves,
I agree,
and things about that, I think that stuff. I don't mind incorporating monster stuff in there if it mentions the moon, especially so werewolves are very tied to the moon. So I'm gonna also say songs that werewolves in there too.
I like that. Okay.
What do you? I think that's.
I think that's fair.
It's very fair.
I think it's fair.
All right. So Full Moon Fever.
Full Moon Fever.
That's right. Songs Inspired by or mention the moon, especially in creepy or mysterious context, including werewolves and other things that go bump in the night. As long as it mentions the moon, I think.
Dave coming in, prepared to be mooned. Okay, have you ever mooned somebody?
Yes. The answer is yes.
I think most guys probably have mooned
It
people.
is a total guy thing. It's a total guy thing. Have you?
I've never.
It would be amazing if you were like, yeah,
Never.
I have. Yeah.
That I can remember.
All right. Okay. All right.
Remember there's those lost years of Amanda
Amanda's lost years.
that are unaccounted for. So
Yeah.
I can't be held responsible for what I did during those years, but I don't think I have.
All right. Very good then. All right, guys. So listen, that wraps up today's Song Swap Showdown. I have this prepared to be moon comment still sitting up here. It's like laughing. All right. So that's this week's show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, hanging out with us today on YouTube, Facebook. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube and hit the little bell so that way you get notified when we go live. Of course, if you're listening on the go, anywhere you get podcasts, hit that follow button as well. This is what helps make the show grow. Of course, too, if you're on Radio Garden State, keep it tuned because we're going to keep the music going over there directly following today's show. And then keep it tuned to Radio Garden State all day for all kinds of great shows. Get your Jersey Fest tickets, do all that. And we will see you next Monday for Full Moon Fever, our last Halloween show of 2024. And then we'll be moving into Amanda's other favorite time of the year.
I mean, you can't go wrong once fall hits.
You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
The
Amanda,
holidays are good to us.
any final words before we
No,
wrap
these
it up?
were good. I think we had a really nice playlist of 6 songs that were all a little different, talking about some Halloween, cemetery romance. It was good.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And once again, let us know what you guys thought of today's show and let us know what your ratings are because we would love to hear from you. So, all right, guys, we will see you next week right here on Facebook, YouTube, and Radio Garden State at 8:15 a.m. And remember, Radio Garden State listeners, keep it tuned because we'll be back with some tunes right after this.